Hey, what is up, guys? This is BrianNerd225 here, and today I thought I'd show you my Ancient Gear deck profile that now uses links. It's not completely ready yet, but I just ordered 2 more Gofu, and I plan to put those in my deck. Well, I got one in my deck already. I'm not sure if I should use 3, but I'm gonna decide that when my other 2 arrive. But other than that, let's get started with the deck profile. We'll start with the monsters. Okay, so the first boss monster, 2 Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon. You gotta run this in the deck. And reason why is because when he attacks, spells, traps, and monster effects cannot be activated until the end of the damage step, and after the damage step, you could target one spell or trap on the field and destroy it. So say if you already had a Gear Tower on the field, you could pop it to summon another Ancient Gear monster, or you can destroy a Paleozoic trap, because seriously, this card can seriously fuck up Paleozoics. I know because I've tested it myself against my friend's Paleozoic deck, and this card can really fuck them up. Next card, 1 copy Gofu. The reason why I run Gofu in the deck, I might just add in just the second one when my other 2 arrive. The reason why is because with Gofu, it could be helpful because you could special summon it, tribute 1 to summon Link Spider, then you normal summon Ancient Gear Wyvern. You can add the Ancient Gear card from your deck to your hand. Then after that, you can tribute them again after you summon Link Spider. You can tribute them again to summon Decode Talker, or you could summon Decode Talker first. Either way works. So yeah, only 1 copy of Gofu. Next, double copy of Battle Fader. You'd want to use Battle Fader in order to save your own ass from direct attacks. Say if you're near death, you need something to save yourself to try and make a comeback. So, always use Battle Fader. Always. Next, double copy of Photon Thrasher. Photon Thrasher is what you use to get your rank 4 Xyz play. That's why I run 2 of him in the deck, because if I have no monsters on my field, summon him, and if I summon Ancient Gear Gadget, I can declare a card type. Say if I declare a trap, then I overlay for Utopia, then I would Xyz summon again for Utopia Lightning. So, and then no one he couldn't activate spells or traps until the end of the damage step. Oh, traps, really. Next, the 3 of in the deck, Ancient Gear Gadget, which I just mentioned to you. Now, Ancient Gear Gadget counts as both an Ancient Gear monster and a Gadget monster, but you have to declare that first. Ancient Gear or Gadget. Normally, I pick Ancient Gear so that my monster can inflict piercing. And then, after that, you can declare monster effect, spell effect, or trap effect, and those effects cannot be activated or used until the end of the damage step, after you declare that effect. Next up is triple copy of Heavy Mech Support Platform. Now, I'm probably going to take out 1 and add in the second Gofu for my links, but Heavy Mech Support Platform you should use in an Ancient Gear deck to boost your monster's attack by 500, and then if you played Limiter Removal, you could double the attack all the way up to 7,000, and say if you played Ancient Gear Explosive, that would be a real dick move. Think about it. Ancient Gear Explosive, that's a powerful card to use too in an Ancient Gear deck. Next up is triple copy of Ancient Gear Wyvern. That's a card I mentioned earlier. Use Ancient Gear Wyvern to add the Ancient Gear monster, not Ancient Gear monster, well, mainly just Ancient Gear card from your deck to your hand. And then, yeah, that's it. And save that card for later, or if you can activate it during your turn, activate it. Next up, last monster, 1 copy of Ancient Gear Golem. Can't have an Ancient Gear deck without Ancient Gear Golem because he can inflict piercing and spells and traps cannot be activated until the end of the damage step. It doesn't have the additional effect of Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon where monster effects can be activated, but he's still a powerful card to use in an Ancient Gear deck. Now let's go on to the spells. Triple copy of Gear Town. Now, Gear Town is, like I mentioned earlier, is a field spell you must have in the deck. The Gear Town Ancient Gear monsters cost 1 less tribute, and both players can use this effect. If I was doing a mirror match, which I hope I don't one day. But yeah, and it's also a monster reborn in the deck because you can special summon an Ancient Gear monster from your graveyard, and you can also special summon it from your deck or your hand. So yeah, that's 3 effects that you can use. Well, actually 4 because of attributing. But those are 4 effects that can be really useful. And you can use multiple cards to pop this, like Ancient Gear Catapult or Twin Twister, because you can destroy this in one of your opponent's face-down cards, or a face-up spell or trap. And you can use this to special summon an Ancient Gear monster from your deck or grave. But Ancient Gear Golem cannot be special summoned at all, but Ancient Gear Catapult can be used to special summon Ancient Gear Golem because it says ignoring its summoning condition. Because you see, if you use Ancient Gear Catapult to destroy Gear Town, Ancient Gear Catapult allows you to special summon a monster from the deck ignoring its summoning condition. It has to be Ancient Gear monster. Then Gear Town, after you pop it, you could summon another Ancient Gear monster from your deck, so you could summon Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon and Ancient Gear Golem in one turn if you have those 2 cards in your hand. If not, then just have Twin Twister or any other spell or trap that can destroy a monster. Not a monster, sorry, Gear Town or any other face down. Next, you want Triple Terraforming. Have Triple Terraforming to see Gear Town in your hands as quickly as possible. No explanation for that. Next is the one of I play in the deck. 1 Monarch Stormforth. Monarch Stormforth is a broken card. That's why it's limited to 1, because you could tribute an opponent's monster to summon a monster. So if I had Gear Town and I had this face down, my opponent would summon a monster, I automatically played this and I could summon an Ancient Gear monster from my hand. That is if I had Gear Town on the field. Next, 1 of Limiter Removal. Use this to push for game, and if you, like I said, if you have Heavy Mech and then play Limiter Removal, you could push for game right then and there. Next, you want to play double copy of Ancient Gear Catapult. Only reason why I want 2 is because I don't want it to be cloggy. And like I mentioned before, you can target a face-up spell trap on the field and destroy this card. Not destroy this card, you can use this card to destroy a face-up spell or trap. And I mentioned the other effects before. After you do this, you can special summon an Ancient Gear monster from your deck, ignoring its summoning condition. So if you use this to destroy Gear Town, like I mentioned earlier, you can summon up to 2 monsters at once. Next, double copy of Ancient Gear Fortress. Reason why I won this card is because it says each time when an Ancient Gear monster is normal or special summoned, that Ancient Gear monster cannot be targeted by card effects or destroyed by card effects. Cards or effects cannot be activated the turn the monster is summoned. I think that's what it says. Let me focus. Come on, camera, focus. Yeah, it says during the turn, you will normally special summon your opponent cannot target Ancient Gear monsters you control of card effects and cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Your opponent can activate cards or effects in response to the activation of Ancient Gear cards and effects. If this card is destroyed in the spell and trap zone, you can special summon 1 Ancient Gear monster from your hand or graveyard. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except Ancient Gear monsters. So you can only special summon Ancient Gear monsters from the hand or grave, but Ancient Gear Golem is not a target, but Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon can be a target. Next, Spell and Trap Destruction. Triple copy of Twin Twister. I know people run 2, but I prefer to run 3 because I want to be able to have this card in my hand at the very start so I can destroy Ancient Gear Fortress or Gear Town and another face down. Yeah, so that's it. That's not it, I mean, for spells. Now, onto the traps. Drop a copy of Fiendish Chain for monster effect negation and to freeze my monsters and keep them from attacking me. Because I do have some low attack point monsters in this deck. Next, one copy of Radiant Mirror Force, just to destroy all my opponent's attack position monsters, because I know how people play their decks. They are able to summon up to 3 or more monsters in one turn, but due to links, it's got slowed down. But I'm still going to use Radiant Mirror Force because I still think it's a good card to use in any deck. Next, one copy of Trap Trick Strapple Nightmare. This is a broken card in my opinion because when a monster that was special summoned this turn activates its effect on your opponent's side of the field, negate that effect and then I can destroy that monster. This card is such a good card. I love this card. Next, my last 3 traps. Drop a copy of Chaos Trap Pool to banish light or dark monsters. Now, you pay 2,000 life points and then the monster is removed from play. I like to run 3 so that way I have a good chance of banishing a light or dark monster. I know sometimes I may not go up against light or dark monsters, but hey, it doesn't hurt to have a card like this because it's a good defensive card. And next we're gonna go to the extra deck. Double copy of Honeybot for the Link monsters. Honeybot requires 2 Cyberus monsters, but the only Cyberus monsters I have are Link Spider and Decode Talker, but after I get them out in the field and do my Xyz play, I'll send them to the grave to summon Honeybot, and Honeybot can protect Utopia Lightning for card effects and it can't be destroyed by battle or Utopia, and this is why this card is so broken. I still think this is a broken card. Next, double copy Decode Talker. Like I said, with how I'm planning to use Gofu, I can get Decode Talker out in 1 turn if I have Decode Gofu in my hand. And another monster, because I will summon Link Spider, and then, well actually I will summon Decode Talker first, then summon Link Spider. I would do 1 or 2, and then I would do Utopia, and then Utopia Lightning, and then I would send Decode Talker and Link Spider to the grave to summon Honeybot. Next, I play 1-2, drop a copy of Link Spider, because with links, you can actually tribute tokens in order to summon Link monsters. Even though some tokens say they can't be tributed, but this is a special summon, so there is a way to get around that. And next, the Xyz monsters. 1 copy of Diamond Dire Wolf, because you can pop your Gear Town and he would also get destroyed, but if you're going up against a Beast type monster deck, you can destroy the monster with this card. Well, actually it says only 1 Winged Beast or Warrior type monster I control, so actually you have to target him, but it's worth it. Next up, number 101, Silent Honor Arc. Reason why you wouldn't want to run this card is because some of these monsters are so broken, and you detach both the materials, then you take the materials that were attached to that monster, and then you would have all those materials attached, and then the problem would be gone. But, and point is, even though Link monsters have no level or rank, you can actually use number 101 Silent Honor Arc to attach it to this monster as an Xyz material. So you can steal your opponent's Link monster. And next, double copy of number 39 Utopia to negate monster attacks. But the reason why I have them in this deck, next up card, number S39 Utopia to Lightning. This card is really, really broken. It's super broken. Let me read the effects to you. It says you can Xyz summon this card by using a rank 4 Utopia monster, which is why I run Utopia. And then Xyz materials that were attached to that monster also become Xyz materials on this card. And it cannot be used on Xyz material for an Xyz summon. And if this card battles your opponent's battles, yeah, your opponent can activate cards or effects until the end of the damage step. And if you have Honeybot pointing towards Utopia Lightning, he's also protected from card effects that can't be destroyed by battle. And once per chain, during the damage calculation of a player's turn, discard battles your opponent's monster while discard as a Utopia Xyz monster as an Xyz material. You can detach 2 Xyz materials from this card, and this card's attack becomes 5,000 during damage calculation. That's why this card is broken, because it can prevent effects from activating until the end of the damage step, and his attack become 5,000, so yeah. And next we will go to the side deck. 1 copy of Ancient Gear Catapult. I would only run 2, but I would change it out if I wanted to in order to have a better chance, but I just prefer to run 2. But I would still keep this in my side deck. Next up for the side deck, a double copy of Dark Hole for board wiping. Actually, I might change up my deck and put in Dark Hole instead for board wiping purposes. But I won't do that until I get Soul Charge. 1 copy of Machine Duplication. You do this for Ancient Gear Gadget and Heavy Mech Sport Platform or any other machine type monster in your deck that has 500 or less attack, because it could summon up to 2 more of the same copy from the deck. Next, 1 copy of Ancient Gear Castle. I'm trying to find the other one. Actually, yeah, it's right here. Yeah, double copy of Ancient Gear Castle. Use this to boost your Ancient Gear monster's attack power, and you can use this when you have Gear Town on the field. So yeah. Next up, double copy of Ancient Gear Explosive, and here's why I mentioned that if you have Heavy Mech Sport Platform equipped Ancient Gear Golem or Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon, and then you pushed 7,000 points of damage or more if it was direct attack. But here's what I would do as a dick move. I would only attack with 1, enter main phase 2, play Ancient Gear Explosive, and boom, dead. And last 2 months for the side deck. Double Cyber Dragon, because you're going second, you have this card in your hand, you can special summon it, and then, yeah, it says you can special summon, yep, if your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. But if you had Gofu in your hand, and you had this card in your hand, special summon Gofu first, then special summon Cyber Dragon, and then you will be able to summon a Deco Talker and Link Spire during the first turn. Okay guys, so that's it for my Ancient Gear deck profile. Hold on, let me get the camera to focus. Okay, so yeah, that's it for my Ancient Gear deck profile. These cards I use up to personal opinion. You can use this deck profile, use the cards that I use if you want to, or if not, just use some of the cards that I use. People build their own decks differently. You can build it however you want. Just choose wisely, and make sure that you also leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let me know whatever deck profiles you like to see in the future, because eventually I'll have the money to build that deck. And so I'll see you next time.